everyone, it's Sammy from Scrapmaster's Paradise, and I have not done a video on this channel because I have been working really hard in this room and I'm not quite done with it yet. So I plan on doing a room update video for you guys very soon, but in the meantime, I have a couple of crafty goodness things to tell you guys about today. You can see I've been working really hard on the room, so the background is changing just slightly. But not just that, I ended up actually making some cards, and I want to walk you guys through my little process that I am doing and show you guys what I've been working on with that. But before we do that, I want to show you guys some crochet goodness. I watch a channel called The Secret Yarnery. I don't know that I've done any of her projects. I may have done like one or two of them, but I really like her. I think she's fun. I like watching her live things. So I do catch her from time to time and watch some of her things. I've been subscribed to her for a while, but she started making this she's calling it like an English cottage quilt blanket, something. I don't know exactly, but it is basically a granny square patchwork quilt, but it has flowers in the center of it. So she released the first flower. She's calling it like the flower of the month or something. And each flower of the month thing is going to be a little bit different. It's going to be different types of flowers. And she's just really an artist when it comes to yarn. And it's just incredible to see the things that she's come up with, and she's been showing like the different iterations of each flower as she's kind of perfecting it, and I just love her so much. And she came out with the first flower. So when she came out with the first flower and then she did the granny square pattern, I was like, yes, I'm making that. Like, that would be so cute on one of the girls' beds. She said you could do one of each flower to make a baby blanket, 2 of each flower for like a twin size thing, and then 4 of each flower for a king size thing. So I am starting with 2 to make what would be maybe a twin size blanket, but I don't know if my stitches are going to be the same gauge as hers, so it could be I will need more over time. But I ended up finishing my first 2 today. They're not tucked in because I just finished them up, but you guys know I'm sucky at tucking ends anyway. But I was super happy with this. This is the first little flower, and I don't know what she's calling this at all, but it's just super cute. So the design that you make the flower, the leaves, and then like 1 row of the granny square is one separate video. And then she walks you through to make the rest of it. And in that video, she only had the leaves done. She didn't have this white layer, but I had already made the white layer. And so I ended up just going ahead and keeping the white layer, having the blue, and then another white layer. I'm looking at the screen so I can show you guys what I'm showing. But I really like how it turned out with the pops of white on both parts of the square. And so I have 2 of these. The squares will be mix and matched. So like these 2 flowers would not be next to each other. They'll be next to different flowers. And I'm just really in love with it. I think it's such a pretty idea. It's super easy to just work on 1 or 2 squares at a time. And I whipped these up pretty quickly. It's just mostly double crochets, single crochets, chain stitches, and then this one is called a popcorn for this particular flower. This is the popcorn stitch, and it just worked up really quickly, and I'm happy with how it looks. And she made it to where everything's gonna lay kind of flat. You flip your work and do a row of single crochet chains, and that's what these like pretty gaps are. It like makes these cute little gaps on the fabric, on the little blanket, and I just love it. I love that these ones look like poofy, and yeah, I'm in love with it. So I ended up making 2. She used a like light green background for hers, but I ended up using an aqua, and I just, you know, I love teal and aqua, and I think it'll be really pretty with the different contrasting flowers. I tried to match it up. She had a different color pink for this like inside layer of the flower. I just wanted it all to be the same pink. So I may simplify her designs a little bit by using the same color like that. But yeah, I love it. I'm hooked on it. I will link to both of the videos down below. Now, I am a left-handed person, and I love that she does left-handed tutorials. So she just flips the camera angle, because I assume she's a righty, because most people are. But since I'm a lefty, I love left-handed tutorials, so I can follow along exactly. And yeah, she makes it super easy. So yeah, love her, love this. It's going to turn out really cute, and I'm excited about working on it over time. Anyway, that's enough yarn talk. Let's talk paper crafting. I am super excited. I am in the paper crafting zone, and I want to show you guys what I've been working on. And I also ordered some stamps, so I want to show you those too. So we're going to hop into the other camera angle, and I'll show you guys all the paper goodness. I actually made a few cards last week, and I want to show you guys what I've been doing at night. I don't do this every night, but generally speaking, most nights my husband and I sit down, watch a little bit of TV. Right now we're watching old Law & Order episodes on Peacock TV, which has been fun. We ended up getting Peacock TV so that my girls could watch the Bad Guys movie. Olivia and I had seen it in theaters, and then we realized we could watch it on Peacock TV. So we got it, and then we were looking around and we're like, dang, they have so many old Law and Orders. So we have been watching them and really liking that. Most nights of the week, we'll sit down and watch an episode of Law and Order together, and I like to keep my hands busy. So I have actually been working on card stuff. So I have my Copic travel case. I've had this since the very, very beginning of my Copic journey. You guys know, like, very early on my channel, I was starting Copic coloring, and that was a really long time ago. Well, I still have my case, and I pared down my Copics over the years to this pack. I do have a video talking about my list of Copic markers, and I stick to this. I have a few still of the different colored grays that I have in a different spot. I don't tend to grab them most of the time, but I use them for shading and shadowing sometimes. But this is my kit. I just have this amount. I think this holds 72, and I think it's a really good amount. I have most colors that I need. I don't have any purples because I found I wasn't using purples very much, and their purples just were not my favorite color combos. But I have lots of aquas because I love aquas, lots of greens for nature-y type of things, lots of reds and pinks and things. But I really, really like this kit, and I can get a lot of mileage out of these colors. So you do not have to have all 300 and something Copic colors to make pretty art and pretty card making. So that is my kit. I will link to that video down below if you want to see like all the colors in detail. I've got a list on that video. But I have been pulling out the good old handy dandy clipboard and coloring. So I have lots of sheets. I'll talk about this sheet in just a second. That's one of my main points of this video, but I ended up pulling out a bunch of the stamps that I want to use for upcoming cards, basically like fall and winter and holiday type of themes, Halloween themes, and I ended up just pulling out the ones I really wanted to use in the upcoming months, and yeah, started coloring. So you can see I've got some like fall, Christmas type things, lots of greeting farm images, and I just went crazy on a stamp session, stamped a bunch of these guys on here, and really, really had fun. You can see I've colored a few of them here and there, but pulled out some Christmas themed things and have been coloring some of the nights, and you can see I cut out some circles because I'll show you guys the cards I made with those. But I have had a lot of fun doing this. I used mostly black ink, but I wanted to do a no line one, and then also on my newest sheet I ended up doing a little bit of brown so I can have like an antique-y type look to some of it. But I have had a lot of fun doing this in the evenings and just using my little travel case and the clipboard and coloring. And so I ended up making two cards. These are Lawn Fawn images, and I used the same sentiment for these and the same papers. You can see I used the same stitched circles set as well, the same ribbon. I have a piece of ribbon left, so I ended up adding it to that one, and I just made two cards and I was super happy with it. Sorry, I wasn't pulled up far enough for you guys, but I just had a lot of fun with this, and I will do a room update. I have not finished that video. I'm still working on organizing, but I have cards displayed in here now, and I really, really love being able to see the cards. They brighten up my day a little bit, and I just have these stacked on the little shelf for cards, and I've had a lot of fun. So I just did a little bit of dimensional foam, so you can see the little thing is a little bit dimensional where they're on the little scallop circle. And yeah, very simple designs, but I really, really had fun making them. And I don't know the last time I made cards, like maybe the beginning of 2021. It's been so long, and I was just really happy to sit down, do a lot of coloring, make a couple of cards. I still have a few more that I can put together cards with, but I'm just working on coloring most nights. I just grab the clipboard and sit back and color and relax while we watch our Law and Order, because I like to keep my hands busy and I can still listen and follow along and look up as needed. But yeah, that brings me to, I have been super into coloring and Copic card making. I've been following along with the Simon Says Stamp-Timber, and I got myself a stamp set. Actually, I have another one coming as well, and whatever Greeting Farm stamp comes up, I probably will purchase that too. Generally speaking, I will purchase the Greeting Farm set, but I loved this set. They also have like a single little stamp with a sledding creature, and I will get that one too, but it happened to be sold out when I was purchasing. But this is called Sledding By for Simon Says Stamp. Super cute. So I have to admit, my dumb brain fart moment, I ordered the stamp and die set and I got this, and I'm like, wow, there's no die in here. I'm super disappointed. I wrote to them. I even like bent it and felt, I'm like, there's no die in here. I'm so sad about it. And so I wrote to them And they're like, yeah, you have to look between the cardboard. I was like, dudes, there's no cardboard. I even bent it. Like, what are you talking about? I've gotten ones before that had actual cardboard in between. And they're like, no, just open it up. I was like, oh, open it up. Mind you, this says craft dies on it. By the way, I didn't even realize the back said craft dies, but I go to pull it out and I was like, oh no, there's nothing in here. Lies, there was. So it was totally a brain fart moment when they're like, look between the cardboard. And I was like, there's no cardboard. They meant cardstock. And there's the dies, so I was so happy. I was really disappointed because I ordered it really late at night and then they had sold out by morning. And so I was thinking, oh man, I'm not gonna get my dies set because they were already sold out of it. And I was really sad that whole like afternoon. And then I got my email this morning and I was like, oh yeah, I'm sorry. I did not realize it was going to be slipped into the same exact poly bag, but there you go. The stamps and the dies are both contained in this, and I was super happy about it. So I did end up stamping these today. I'll work on coloring them. And yeah, I want to do like a more vintage, warm themed one with the brown outlines. But yeah, I'm super excited. I have the dies to match this one. I did end up with one other of the stamp timber sets. Definitely be sure to check the Simon Says Stamp website every day because they have new ones every day, and it's been so tempting to get quite a few of them, but just because I'm dipping my toes back into card making, I don't want to go crazy and purchase too much, although I love pretty much all of the new Lawn Fawn things that just got released. So I will end up with some of those, but they were sold out of quite a few of them. I'm just waiting for them to restock, and hopefully they will be in stock when I go and get the Greeting Farm set, which is coming out later this month. So definitely check out Simon Says Stamp, subscribe to them if you haven't already, and check out some of their stamps. This one is just an exclusive one that's already sold out, but they do have a cute little sledding guy. I'll link to it so you guys can see it. It's very similar. I really want it as well. But yeah, I'm super happy with my little like setup. I come in here and grab my little setup before sitting down and watching TV, and it's been really fun. And I had a few minutes and came in here and whipped up 2 cards, and I'm like, I feel like I'm back, baby. You know, coming up into the fall is when I really start getting crafty again. And yeah, I've realized the last few years, like my craftiness goes away like February, March time, and then it picks back up in the fall. So I am definitely more of a seasonal crafter these days. I don't know what it is about life that I just don't scrapbook and card make all that much in the warm months, but those fall months, I am really excited about getting in here, especially like Christmas cards. I love making Christmas cards, so expect to see some of those on this channel. But that's all the rambling I have for you guys today. I just wanted to show you my little Simon Says Stamp haul and my new like Copic coloring nightly routine. I don't know what I'm gonna title this video, but that sounds about right. I hope you guys are well. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching and have a great crafty day. Bye.